Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. Today I'm gonna complain incomplainable things. These are two cameras, maybe for the beginners, maybe for the video operators, maybe for the photographers, who know, but these are the budget versions for starting your creative way. And today I wanna just see what is better to buy if you have money just for one camera. Obviously these two cameras are gorgeous options for start your career in a video shooting or in the photo shooting, and also these are the best cameras in the market with the best autofocus now, and also they are not so expensive like the models with the professional segment. So if you're it depends from what you need to do. If you start shooting videos, the Bose camera will be good option for you, because the Bose camera have very nice autofocus systems. Here in the Canon it's dual pixel, the second generation. On the Sony there are very nice autofocus system too. And also they have screens that can rotate, and it's nice for video too. But if you're choosing the camera for making photos, you must know one very important thing. This is a camera, Sony ZV-E10 II, and they just took the shutter from this camera, so there is no mechanical shutter inside the camera. It's just rest electronic shutter, and that means that there are some things that you cannot do with this camera. Obviously the first thing you cannot do is to film photos of some sports, some actions, because without a mechanical shutter here, the sensor here is not so fast like on the professional Sony cameras. So when you are taking some sport shootings, it's just not so good, and everything is just ruined in the picture. Proportions not so good, and the people, it's awful. So this camera, it's not for sports. Also you cannot shoot with your external flash here. As you can see that there is a hot shoe here, but in the other cameras with the physical shutter, when you're shooting with a flash, with external flash, the speed which camera synchronize with the flash, it's something like one of 160 seconds, and here it's like one of 20 or maximum one of 30 seconds. That's nothing. You cannot shoot with the flash here, because if you shoot 1.250 or something like more, the pictures will be dark and it will not see your flash, because it will not synchronize with your with this moment of flash. So it's not good option for photographers at all, I think. Why? Because you cannot use flash, because you cannot film sports, and also you doesn't have a viewfinder here, as you can see. So in the sunny weather you cannot look in the viewfinder, because sometimes a screen, it's not a great solution to look in, because it's blinds on the sun. And still it's good camera, still you can make some photos on this camera, but it will be not professional. It will be just photos for yourself, maybe for some photos of your family, yes, of course, maybe some photos, but not professional at all. Of course this camera can shoot raw photos, but it's made not for photographers, and that I don't like in the second generation of this camera, because the first one, it was also without a viewfinder, it was also without some benefits for photographers, but it was a mechanical shutter, inside the first generation of the camera, and you could film, you could make photos with the flash external, and everything with the sports shootings was good, so you could use it. I could use it, the first generation camera, with like a spare camera for me, but now I'm working like a photographer and I can't use this camera. I using it just for video, because that is camera that perfect fit for a video, especially with this lens, like 15mm 1.4. It's very sharp lens. It's G lens, as you can see, and it's 1.4, so it's very light. It takes much light in the capture here, and it's very fast autofocus. So, and it's pretty wide, because on the crop factor 1.5, it's like 22 or 23 millimeters on the full frame system, and that's great for some vlogging, that's great for some filming of everything, I'd say. So that is a great option for filming videos, it's a great option for vlogging, it's a great option for YouTube camera. It's very light, and it also has a great benefit on the second generation. It has big batteries here, so you can use these big batteries for more time working with the videos or with the photos. But as I just said, that is not more photo camera, not anymore. So you can use it just for video. I strongly not recommend you to use this camera for making photos. Yes, of course you can, but the result may make you a little bit disappointed. And for the video, yes, this is a great camera. For the video, this is a great option if you don't have money for more expensive cameras from the Sony. And if you're using Sony, of course, this camera will fit almost everywhere, and it's so light with this lens. It's very nice. Okay, what about Canon? Canon R50 is also a very compact camera. Don't look that I have 100 for 400 lens here. I just prefer to use this camera in the photo mode almost all the time. It can also film video in 4K, but the quality is not so good. And for full HD 60 frames per second, the quality of the video is pretty nice. But I miss one thing for the video in this camera, because this camera, Sony, it has better options here. It has better ports, because it has a port for your headphones here, and of course it has a port for the microphone here. Also USB Type-C on this side, and the memory card from this side. And it's a great option when you want to change some sound settings, to add your microphone, external microphone, and also if you want to listen the sound what you get from the camera, because sometimes there are interference or some issues with the sound, and you cannot listen it if you have just a microphone port here, and if you don't have a port for your headphones. So this camera, it doesn't have a port for headphones, it has just a microphone input here, so you can obviously use it with external microphones, but you cannot control the audio quality, the loudness, and etc, etc, etc. And sometimes when I'm using it for filming some videos, I had spoiled my audio because of some interference from my mobile phone, or just some loud sounds that were distorting all the sound, and after his video was spoiled with the sound. On the other side, we have HDMI and USB Type-C ports, but it's situated not so great, because it's situated here. When you're holding the camera like this, you cannot connect nothing here, of course. And I think that's a better camera for the photo, because it has the viewfinder external. It's not the best viewfinder in the world, but you can use it in the sunny weather, and it helps a lot because of the screen. It's just not the brightest screen also, but I prefer to use anyway. I prefer to use a viewfinder in the sunny weather or on the street. Also, both cameras have touch screens here, but the touchscreen on the Canon it's a little bit better because it's more responsive, because you can touch the menu, it goes in menu. In Sony it's a little bit better now, because in the first version of the camera it was awful. Actually you could just set your AF point here and that's all, and for the touchscreen in 2025 that's nothing. So here, like on the cell phone, you can change the menu settings, everything you need with the touchscreen here too, but Canon is a little bit closer. And what do I like also in this camera? It has a flash, inbuilt flash. So if you have a situation when you need some external flash and you don't have it, you can use your flash here on the camera. And of course on the Sony it doesn't have a flash, because it's at first I think it's a video camera for video bloggers or video operators. Okay, and what I don't like in this Canon camera, I don't like the battery. It is very small. Of course, the camera is compact, it's a little bit smaller maybe than Sony, but not so much. As you can see, Sony has a little bit more useful grip here because of the battery that you use in it. It's battery from the big cameras, professional cameras, and I'm using this battery also on i7 Mark III and Mark IV. And here you have an old one battery that actually here I have a Chinese battery, but also this is not a huge capacity of the battery, and the capacity of this battery is something like 300 photos or maybe 400 photos, even maybe less, and something like a 1 hour of the video. And for the Sony it's much more longer. Of course it's the second version. As the first version it was not so great battery also, but here they improved the battery and I like it very much. It's something like 2 hours of videos and 1000 of photos, and it's a great result for me. So if you're planning to have Canon R50, you need to buy spare batteries, actually 1 or 2, maybe 3 batteries. You have many subjects to photo. If you have some long rod, of course you can charge your camera by USB Type-C here, and Sony of course too, but it's much more comfortable to change your battery here. And on Sony there are no problem anymore. You can just film, and the battery will last all day long. How much do you need? So I prefer Canon for making photos because it's not so great in videos. Of course you can you're able to film some videos with the Canon. It's great colors. Here it's great autofocus system and very nice autofocus system, because dual pixel IF Mark II here, like in Canon R7, like a Canon R5 maybe, and R6, and this system is much better than the first one, and it catches the eyes of people and catches the eyes of animals with no issues, works really well, and I had never any problems with autofocus on this camera. It works just brilliant. And of course I just prefer this camera making photos, and I'm using with it a 100 to 400 millimeters lens. This is the lens for full frame cameras, but on the crop system it gives me even more than 400 millimeters, so we gonna multiply it for 1.6, so it gives something like a 650 millimeters lens if it were on the full frame, and that's very nice. It's very stable and it works very nice with this camera. It has very nice stabilization system here. Yes, it's pretty dark lens because it's 8. The aperture is pretty low. But what do I like in this combo? It's very lightweight and it's very easy to carry it with yourself, and for this focus distance it's just perfect, I think. So this camera, I think it's like more universal because it takes both worlds in photo and video. But of course we have the winner for the photo. I think it's better to buy R50 if you have low budget and you want to buy a camera and you film in just some videos and you film in more photos, or you want just to film for yourself or for YouTube. its quality of the video is great here too. But if you buy a camera for the video, the Sony will be much better, because it's the second generation. Here it's made more for the video than for the photo. It has more opportunities, the best battery in the market that you can buy now. It has just very nice video quality here, 4K of course, and this bitrate is just insane here. These both cameras have one issue when I'm filming videos. Here it just have a temperature and it turns off when you're filming. Here 4K 50 frames per second, it turns off something like 10 minutes. Here when you're filming also 4K, it's always will turn off something like also 10-15 minutes. So they are pretty the same in this position, but the quality is much better on the Sony. I'd say the autofocus, the performance and the build quality is pretty the same, but of course the Sony have different ergonomics, the Sony have a different mount of course. So if you prefer Sony, don't buy this camera if you want to film photos, because it's not made for photographers. They just forgot about photographer in the second version of this camera, and in the first version it's okay. With the first version you can take it and you can film photos and videos, but here if you just filming photos and you like Canon, that's a great option. R50, it's not expensive now, it's a little bit more. So the price for R50 now is something like maybe $700 without a lens, and for the ZV-E10 Mark II it's something like $1,000 without a lens. And obviously ZV-E10 Mark II it's a little bit more expensive, but it's the second generation of the camera, and R50 it was the first generation, but it's still fresh, it's still nice, and for this price I think you could buy extra lens here on the camera and use it with your camera. So I recommend you, if you're filming not professionally, if you don't need a great quality of the video, it's still very nice cameras that can shoot very nice videos for YouTube. It's still very nice cameras that can shoot photos. So it's just mixed, and it's just very good balance in this camera between the photo and video. It's pretty universal. But if you just filming videos, you don't need to film photos, or you're shooting photos just for yourself or not so often, you can easily buy this Sony camera. This is also very nice. As for me, I prefer filming photos and videos, so I have a Canon RF system and also I have Sony system. I'm working with Sony, I'm taking photos with Sony, I have Sony A7 cameras, and I like the autofocus and the performance and the big range of lenses on the Sony systems. And also I like Canon when it comes to lenses like this, because this is a unique lens. This is 100 to 400 mm lens, and it's just awesome on the Canon system. I like it so much, and I'm using it very often when I'm walking, when I'm going somewhere to forest, when I'm traveling, because I have some compact lenses for Canon, and it's great. Also, I like to make some photos with this camera. It has very nice results. And for the Sony, I'm just filming my videos with this camera. Actually, I'm using it for my YouTube vlogging, for filming my videos just with me and talking head, something like this. And this is very nice camera too. But as for me, they cut so much from the photo. So if you're searching for the photo cameras, for good photo cameras, this is not for you. It's not for you, obviously. This is camera for people who like to film videos, and this is camera, it's pretty universal, but it films not so perfect video, but it's still good. It's still good for YouTube, it's still good for TikTok, for other platform systems. It's very nice. So the both camera are great, and I like these cameras very much, and I have it. It's my cameras. So I'm using it both, but in different cases. And what camera do you prefer? You can write in the comments, or you just can write maybe what camera is the best for you. don't be shy, subscribe on my channel, and thank you very much for watching. I hope that video a little bit helped you with making your choice. But of course, I didn't know when I was buying this camera, Sony ZV-E10, I didn't know that it doesn't have mechanical shutter. That's a great deal. That's a big mistake that Sony made, I think. Yeah, maybe they made it much more compact or something like this, but a mechanical shutter is a great option that photographers could use. But now we cannot use a mechanical shutter here, only electronic shutter with some disappointments here, as I said. So think twice if you need a camera for a photo and you are buying ZV-E10 Mark II. I recommend you to buy maybe the first generation, because the first generation had a mechanical shutter and it's quite important. But if you shoot just video, it's good for you. It will be the best that you can buy on this value of the money. And for the Canon, it's pretty universal, as I said. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you all the best. Don't forget to subscribe and press likes and write some comments if you want. Bye bye, and see you next time.